Have you ever turned off a cartoon? Not just pressed the button, but like this, your child has been watching for 3 hours, you need to cook dinner, you walk up, say okay, time to rest, and you press it. And then hell breaks loose. That screaming. That wild, inhuman scream, as if you didn't take away the remote, but all the joy in their life. They fall on the floor, kick their legs, face red. And you stand there. And one thought runs through your head, I'm a monster. I just took away the only thing that calmed my child. Why? Because I have to cook a damn dinner. You don't say it out loud, but it stays inside you. And you believe it. That's how it was for me. Every day. I turned on cartoons because I needed silence. And when I turned them off, I got a war. And I thought, what am I doing wrong? Why is he reacting like this? Am I bad? And you know who helped me? Not a psychologist. Not a book called How to Raise a Perfect Child. Just some ancient dude named Epictetus. He was a slave. His leg hurt. And he said one thing that turned my kitchen upside down. He said, people are upset not by events, but by their judgments about those events. At first I thought, yeah, smart guy. You should hear this screaming, you'd sing a different tune. Then I understood. It wasn't the crying that upset me. What upset me was my judgment. I'm a bad mother because he's screaming. I can't cope. He doesn't love me. All the neighbors think I'm torturing him. That was the real horror. The crying was just noise. So I decided to try. Next time I turned off the cartoon and the hell started, I told myself, stop. The problem isn't the crying. The problem is the horror movie I'm playing in my head. I sat on the floor next to him. Didn't yell. Didn't plead. Just sat down. And said calmly, I know you're upset. The cartoon is over. It will come back after dinner. And I just waited. 1 minute. Then 2. He screamed. I stayed quiet. Inside I was boiling, but I kept repeating, this is not the end of the world. It's just a judgment. It will pass. And you know what happened after a few days? He understood that screaming doesn't work. That I won't turn it back on. That I won't run away. That I'm just there. And the screaming got shorter. Then it stopped completely. Now when I say time's up, he sighs, grabs a toy and leaves. No drama. I didn't become a perfect mom. I just stopped being afraid of my own judgment. And you know what? That's the best trick I learned from an old slave with a sore leg. Now take a breath. If that happened to you too, you're not alone. You're not bad. You just fell into a trap of thoughts. But there is a way out. And it's not fast. Your child won't stop screaming in 1 minute. Or even 10. It might take 3 days, 4, 5, a week. But if you calmly sit next to them every time and don't give up, they will understand. Screaming doesn't help. Screaming doesn't bring the cartoon back. Screaming doesn't control you. And obeying mom, that can happen without drama. Just wait. Not a minute. As long as it takes. But know this, it works. Tested in my own kitchen hell. Now about another hell. The one that happened not by the TV, but by my laptop. And by my mop. You sit down to work. Or grab a rag. Or just drop onto the couch for 5 minutes with a cup of tea. And right away, screaming at your feet. Your child demands all of you. No leftovers. Mom, look. Mom, play. Mom, mom, mom. You say, wait 5 minutes, I'll finish this email. But they don't wait. They scream as if you disappeared forever into that damn laptop. You type. Line by line. Your brain boils. You feel anger rising from your belly to your chest. Why can't I even do my own things? Am I a slave? Don't I deserve 15 minutes? And inside spins the same record, they don't respect me. I can't handle this. Other kids play by themselves, but mine doesn't. So I'm a bad mother. Sound familiar? That's how it was for me every time. I sit at the computer, they scream. I start cleaning, they scream. I just want to drink tea in peace, they scream. I felt trapped. Without the right to my own space. And then I remembered Seneca. He was a Roman thinker. Very tough. He spoke about children directly. He said, a child should not get what they want through anger. Otherwise they will grow up thinking that screaming can control the world. I read that and thought, my child screams by my laptop. Why? Because they learned a simple thing. If you scream loud enough and long enough, Mom will give in. Mom will stop working. Mom will come over. Mom will start entertaining them with toys just to make them shut up. I taught them that myself. Every time I dropped what I was doing to stop the crying, I was telling them, screaming works. Keep going. Next time they started screaming by my laptop, I didn't stop working. Didn't run to entertain them. Didn't give in. I turned to them, looked them in the eye, and said calmly, without anger, but firmly, I'm working now. I'll be done in 15 minutes. You can sit next to me with a toy, or wait in the other room. Your choice. Then I turned back to the screen. They screamed. 5 minutes. 10. Then they grabbed their little car and sat on the floor next to me. I worked. They played at my feet. No screaming. Don't think it all fell into place in one day. Or even 3. Every family is different. For some, kids stop screaming in a few days. For others, a week. For some, a month. I won't lie and say it worked exactly on day 3. No. At first it was hard. They screamed. I sat at my laptop, clenched my jaw and didn't give up. Then, gradually, the screaming got shorter. Then they started just sighing and walking away. The main thing is not to give up. Every time you hold the boundary, you show them, screaming doesn't control Mom. The same thing happened with cleaning. I picked up the mop. They started screaming because I wasn't looking at them. I remembered Seneca. Told myself, if I drop the mop now and run to entertain them, they'll learn that screaming wins. I mopped the floor with the screaming. Not fast, not happily, but I mopped. Some time passed. And one day they brought their little cars and started helping, just rolling them on the wet floor. Without screaming. Because they understood, screaming doesn't cancel cleaning. If you're sitting there right now thinking it's not working, they still scream, just keep going. Don't drop your work. Don't drop your laptop. Don't drop your mop. And don't drop the turned off cartoon. Calmly do your things under the screaming. Day after day. Seneca was right. If a child gets used to anger bringing rewards, they will never learn to wait, to tolerate, to respect other people's boundaries. And you have a right to your own things. You have a right to 15 minutes of silence. This is not selfishness. This is not cruelty. This is self-respect. And when your child understands that screaming no longer opens any doors, not to the laptop, not to toys, not to turning the cartoon back on, they will learn to ask. To wait. To play by themselves. And you will finally breathe out. If you recognize this hell by the laptop, the mop, or the turned off TV, write one word in the comments, Seneca. Let's know we're not alone. And if you want me to cover other painful situations where screaming and tantrums drive you up the wall, just say so. Subscribe, and we'll continue. Because Stoicism is not about dry quotes. It's about life, where kids scream and moms don't give up. I made it. And you will make it. And Seneca, the old wise man, will support us.